For this class, you're going to need one block and to really notice the connection between your feet and the earth. So take a second here, hand on belly, hand on heart. Lift and spread all of your toes and root down through the balls of the big toes, small toes, insides and outsides of your heels. Soft knees. Can you pour all of your body weight down through your feet? And ask yourself, what does it mean to be grounded? To have a relationship with the earth. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Let your arms fall. Take your block. Take it the middle width between your shins. And start to really squeeze it so that you get a feeling of your shins. A strong feeling of shins and calves working. Hands on your thighs, sit down into a chair pose. So hands on the thighs will take some of the work out of the thighs in your chair pose. But squeeze your block with your shins. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Get a feeling of your shins, your calves, your ankles, and your feet working as you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your block. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Take your block out. You've got to remember that feeling of squeezing into where the block just was. Hands on your thighs, sit down into your chair, squeeze in as if you still have that block, and now lift and lower your right heel a few times. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, now imagine that there is a stone under your right heel, and as you lower your right heel, you're trying to push the stone down into the earth. Lift your right heel and push the stone down into the earth. Lift, push down 3 more times. Come all the way up to stand. Take a breath. That should have been a little bit of work. In fact, my heart rate is up just slightly. Imagine you've got your block, squeeze in between your shins, sit down into your chair, lift and lower your left heel a few times, easy peasy. And now imagine that that same stone is under your left heel and you're trying to shove it down into the earth. Lift and then push the stone down. Push the stone down. Don't forget to squeeze your imaginary block 3 more times. Come on up. Take a breath. Okay, squeeze your imaginary block. Come down into your chair. Lift and lower both heels a few times. Set your eyes somewhere to balance. Okay, now let's slow it down. Lift both of your heels and now push the 2 stones down into the earth. 3 more. Squeeze the imaginary block and push down 1 more time. Come all the way up. Inhale, reach your arms above your head. Exhale, bow forward and down. Inhale, flat spine. Step back into downward facing dog. Come up high onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees a whole lot. Push away the earth. And now press the right heel down a few times. Easy, easy. Now as if there is that stone that you're trying to push down into the earth. Push with the right heel. Push. 2 more. Left heel, easy, easy a few times. Now push the stone down. Push. 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 2 more. Step your right foot up between your hands. Same thing. Come forward and then push your left heel back. Come forward. Push your left heel back. 2 more. Big push back behind you. 1 more time. Resist back behind you. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot back. Same thing on the right side. Come forward and now resist your right heel back behind you. Come forward. Resist your right heel back. There's an invisible force you have to press through. 2 more times. 1 more time. Step your feet back into downward facing dog. Take a breath. Come down onto your knees. Point your toes back behind you. Sit all the way back onto your heels. This might be enough of a stretch for the tops of your feet. If it's not, you'll walk your hands back behind you and start to lift your knees up off the floor. Breathe. Can you shift your breath now to Ujjayi, in and out through your nose, deep down into your low ribs? Imagining maybe even that you could breathe deep down into your ankles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your knees. Flex your feet back behind you. Last exercise. Sit back on your heels. Oh, this one's sometimes pretty big. Spread your toes out. Notice if your toes are kissing, and see if you can spread them apart, especially that little guy likes to stay next to his or her or their buddy next to them. Spread them, sit back, breathe. Big breath in, sigh it out. Slide your bum through to sit. Take your feet as if they were coming into a butterfly position. And you're going to take the ball of your right foot and move the heel forward and back. Move the heel forward and back. Forward and back. For 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Left heel now. Press down through the left small toe side of the left foot, and then press the heel forward. Pull it back. Press the heel forward. Pull it back. Press and back. For 3, 2. Last time. 1. Amazing. Sit back. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Point. Flex. Point. And flex. Cross at your ankles, come all the way up to stand. Look at your feet. Lift and spread your toes. Press down through big toe mounds and small toe mounds, insides and outsides of heels. Let your toes come back down to the ground. Hand on heart, hand on belly. Allow all of your weight to fall straight down into your feet. Feel the difference. What is your connection with the earth? What is it to be grounded? What is it to have a relationship with earth?